Okay, so welcome to Tactics and Touchline. Today we have a guest on our show, our Google. Say Pooh. You need to go and follow his YouTube channel. I'll put his YouTube channel in the description. So, and also there'll be a QR code on the screen. So when you get to scan it, you get to follow his YouTube channel. He's one of the best sports journalists in the country. So be part of his YouTube and grow with him. So we have praise to our regular pundit. He's in an Arsenal jersey, showing that the Champions League, they are in a final after 21 years. We are going to speak with him and find out, can he win the Champions League this time against an informed PSG who is looking at doing 2 in a row, trying to beat Real Madrid to repeat. We'll go into details on that. But remember, this show is brought to you by mybet.africa, the number one betting platform in the country. You need to go onto their platform, the QR code on the screen right now, scan it, and get a chance to register on their platform. Use TT Port to get a free 10 Ghana cedis and be part of their platform. Welcome, Agogo. Welcome, Prince, to today's UCL review.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So firstly, I want us to start from that Arsenal Atletico 2-legged games. We saw Atletico coming in the second half of the first leg game, trying to put pressure on Arsenal. 1-1, a second leg game, which ended in a 1-0. A good defensive game by Arteta and his Arsenal boys. Let me start from you, Agogo. Looking at this game in a full review, what do you think went on wrong for Atletico Madrid, and what did Arteta do right to be able to get a good win and also get their second Champions League final in a long year right now?
So thank you very much. I think yesterday's game, Arsenal versus Atletico, Arsenal was just doing the basics right. Total dominance for me, if you should ask me. I think from minute 1 to the 90th minute, Arsenal really wanted to win because they were playing at home. They dominated the game. And Atletico, Atletico, I was expecting them to start with the target man. I mean, Solo to start in this game. Yeah, they won't possess the ball, so they decided to go with a long ball. If you are going with a long ball, then you need a target man. So Griezmann starting in this game, I don't really know about the coach decision, but I was expecting him to start a target man. And clearly, Alvarez was not fully fit. And with Arsenal, Arteta was bold enough to bench Odegaard. And at some point, he even started Skelly ahead of Zubimendi. And Eze, who is fully fit, he started him ahead of Odegaard. And, our show on my bet, I was like, if Eze is fully fit, Eze is fully fit till the end of the season. If Eze is fully fit, he should always start ahead of Odegaard. And yesterday, he started from the match against, I think the match against Fulham. And in yesterday's game, he started and everything was on point. And we need to praise Gyökeres too. Gyökeres did not score, but his presence, he was hustling with the likes of Lenormand and what's a Pubil. Good game from the Arsenal side. They really wanted to win. And I think if they should end up winning the Champions League, you said today on our platform, you said you rate them even ahead of the Henry unbeaten squad.
The Invincibles, yes.
Yes, if they should win the league and they should win the Champions League. I mean, yesterday they really dominated Atletico from the goalkeeping department, defense department. So I'm about to end my statement, but I think Diego Simeone should move on. The time has come. They should just go for a new coach because he has been at Atletico and he has been closer to win the Champions League, but he's not winning. And every summer, Atletico really spend a lot. If you guys don't know, they can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Arsenal and Man City in the transfer market. But still, he's not winning any trophies for them. So I think they should just move on. And Arsenal really deserves to be in the Champions League final.
Okay, Prince, as an Arsenal fan, I know that there was a lot of joy getting into another Champions League final after a disappointing result last season. Last season, Arsenal were closer with the semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, you get a chance to do a good, maybe comeback or a good revenge against the Paris Saint-Germain team. Looking at yesterday's game, let me go with Victor Gyökeres, Miles Lewis-Kelly, and also Eze. Do you think these 3 key players has been a good addition to the squad, especially from the Fulham game? Things have changed for us now, looking into this Atletico Madrid game.
Oh yeah, I think we need to commend Arteta for that boldness, that bold step of starting Miles Lewis-Kelly in that midfield. because when you go back to watch that Fulham game, I think he won all his duels that he went in. He had more fouls committed against him and all that. So he adds a lot to the midfield ahead of Zubimendi, because Zubimendi is more or less like a 10 who plays 8 and all that. But I remember, after playing against Fulham, one of the reporters asked Miles Lewis Kelly, and he was like, he playing in the midfield makes him discover his real self, because that's where he started at the academy. He started as a midfielder before he was then converted into a left back. So honestly, going against Atletico Madrid, for Arteta to take that bold step that, hey, these guys gave me a good result against Fulham in the league. Let me place another bet on them going into this second leg of the Atletico game. And it worked out. It really worked out. In that first half, you could see that Arsenal wanted it more. Just like Agugu said, Arsenal wanted it more. It's a desire. I think one had much desire than the other, which we clearly saw in the course of the game, where you realize Diego Simeone taking off Griezmann, Alvarez, and I just didn't understand why those who could cause much threats were being taken out, and he was bringing Alex Baena, which I don't know what they added to the game. So clearly, Arsenal wanted it more, and the home advantage played well for Arsenal, because you have your fans cheering on the loud, the sound. It's like, just like Ateta always says, they are the 12th man. They have to come and play with us as we are playing. So I was happy, honestly. Yesterday, I was excited. I was excited that we made it to the final, and now we are going to play PSG. So it's a game to look forward to.
Okay. I think on my side, I think this season's Champions League has really proven to show that if you are playing well in the group phase, you can get into the final. I think last season, after the Champions League, people were saying you don't need to even be on the first position because you can go out like what Liverpool did. But Arsenal have shown that home second league games they are getting is really proving a point. We saw their game against Sporting, their game against Atletico, even against Bayern Leverkusen, showing that crucial things, you need to at least top the group and get that advantage to the final, which now everything is in their hands at Budapest. And as I said at Google earlier, that I think if they are to win the Champions League and the Premier League, they can be rated ahead of the Invincibles, because Arteta coming into us now, when it goes to record points gain per season, he has even more than the Invincibles. And it shows that he's doing a good job. Adding a Champions League and a Premier League would make him one of the greatest managers up there. It's debatable with the likes of Arsene Wenger, but I think they've done a really good job. And if they don't even get to win the Champions League or even maybe the Premier League, I think Arteta needs to still be recommended. And I think recently there was a post that Arsenal in March, they were still looking at extending his contract. So even if things doesn't go as planned, they are still looking at keeping Arteta at the realms of Arsenal. Let's look at Bayern Munich against Paris Saint-Germain. I know most people were looking at Allianz Arena. Vincent Company even warned the fans that if you feel like you are sick, you feel like you come in and wouldn't cheer up the team, you should give your ticket to somebody who would come in and cheer. And looking at this game at Google, we all were expecting a high-scoring game, both teams coming in and scoring with high-profile players involved. But we just saw a 1-1 scoreline, which led to Paris Saint-Germain qualifying for the final. Were you surprised with the results? And what do you think Luis Enrique did to be able to slow down the game compared to the first leg?
As for the results there, yes, because I predicted more goals in this game. Yeah, I was like, we are going to witness the same first leg. But I think Paris Saint-Germain was very lucky to get an early goal. Yes, an early goal by Dembele, the 3rd minute. So, and I'm about to say this: no one should criticize Arsenal. No one should insult Arsenal, because today I witnessed Paris Saint-Germain defending and trying to hit on a counter. Yeah. And even Fabrizio just posted. Marquinhos was saying that today, they can also defend. Yes, so no one should criticize Arsenal. You know, football at some point, defending, Ferguson will be like, defending wins you titles. Yeah. So today's game, I think, even in the first half, I was like, the game was a bit boring. It was all about Bayern trying to equalize. So Bayern, and Paris Saint-Germain was trying to defend and hit on a counter. But in the second half, Paris Saint-Germain was doing the same thing. It's all about Bayern. But I want to say this. I'm really disappointed in Luis Diaz and Olise, especially Olise. He was very bad today. He was not able to do the basics right. If I say the basics right, I'm not even talking about take-ons. A simple pass, not to me, my pass. Yeah, he really disappointed everyone today. And Bayern, Harry Kane also serves as a midfielder. So the core of the team are the wingers. So if the wingers are not playing well, they struggle to score. Do you get my point? And today's game, Luis Diaz was overdoing things. Let me just put it this way. Instead of him to, let's say, take on, then you try and kill or put in a simple cross. He was overdoing stuff, and it really cost the team. Football there, it's all about moments, especially in the Champions League. When you have a chance, then you don't score. If an opponent should get just a half chance, he will punish you. So in today's game, I was really surprised about the result. Not just surprised, the overall game. I was expecting an end-to-end game, but it was, let's say, Paris Saint-Germain getting an early goal and trying to defend and hit on a counter. Fine. I think the man of the match, according to UEFA, is Pachu. But at some point, I'll be like, Neuer also really deserves praise because he made crucial saves in this game. But Paris Saint-Germain also deserves to be in the final. Now the final is all set at Budapest, 30th May, Paris Saint-Germain versus Arsenal. Can they do it a back-to-back or Arsenal winning his Champions League for the first time in 20 years?
I think it will be an exciting Champions League final.
But I want to talk about the penalty situation.
Incidents,
so that no one will be like, will be out. So under the current IFAB handball rules, if a player kicks or heads the ball and it accidentally hits a teammate's hand, play usually continues. So this one is not like say, his hand was just at its natural position. And so I think this was not a penalty. The arm or the hand was on natural position. They are a penalty. But in this case, according to the rules, that was not a penalty. So if you don't know about the rules, take your time and read. Don't just use emotions and be like, we are buying. But I mean, I think the 50-50 balls at some point, the referee was not fair. Was not fair to buy.
Okay. Prince, looking at today's game, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, I want to ask you this. Do you think the game was won or the team that qualified was based on experience? Because everybody was expecting a high scoring game, but Luis Enrique came into the game, got the early goal, slowed down the game against Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany was struggling to get things in place. Their players were not on top form. Would you base this on experience won the game or made Paris Saint-Germain qualify ahead of Bayern Munich?
I think if it's experience, I believe Bayern also have some experience placing there. But from where experience, I'll commend this is from the bench. That's the coaching staff. Luis Enrique has much more experience when it comes to some of these games ahead of Kompany, who is just managing a top club like Bayern Munich. I believe so that he was at Burnley before he moved to Bayern Munich. So I believe so that the early goal that came in had to distort the whole shape of Bayern Munich because probably they would have wanted to equalize that deficit they had from France just so they can now be on an equal distance and now play. But unfortunately, just when they started in the first 3 minutes, Dembele already found the net and now they were now 2-0 down, and now after fighting back will be difficult. And personally, I think the officiating at some point wasn't favoring Bayern Munich. I think some of the officiating was going against Bayern Munich, which at a point Luis Diaz got a yellow card because he had to shout at the referee. And when they even ended the game, Kimmich also got a yellow card because he had to shout at the referee. I just don't know how he officiated the game that way. But all the same, I felt like Bayern could have done better. Honestly, but from the 60th minute, I just didn't understand why they couldn't shoot from the back. Because
especially Diaz.
These guys were playing defense. Shoot from the back. Like, shoot. How do you want to pass till you get? I just didn't understand how they were possessing. They kept possessing the ball when that passes were not going through. Just shoot from the back. The likes like Pavlovic, those guys, I just didn't know why they couldn't shoot from the back. And Olise, today, I just didn't understand. Honestly, it was so bad. Diaz especially too. Because today, this guy didn't play. Ashraf Hakimi didn't play. So at least you had a better chance against that guy. I've forgotten his name. Their right back. They won't play today.
Where is that, Emery?
Zaire, yeah. So you had a better chance playing against Zaire. And I don't know why today Bayern really disappointed, because I wanted Bayern in the final, and it was quite unfortunate.
So as an Arsenal fan, you wanted Bayern in the final.
Yeah.
Let's okay. But I go shortly. With the two semi-final games, two-legged games, we've been seeing a lot of referee concerns. We saw in the first Bayern Munich Paris Saint-Germain game a penalty against that is Bayern Munich, and now. So if you have to rate the refereeing for these 4 games in total over 10, what are you going to rate them at?
I mean, overall
in all 4 games with officiating.
I think 6 over 10 because
Okay.
the Arsenal game, same thing happened. I mean, Griezmann tackle on Trossard, to me, that was the clear penalty. And Calafiori tackle on Griezmann, that was a clear penalty, yeah. So I think, bad decisions. And this game, same thing happened. So overall, 6 over 10.
Okay. Prince, how would you rate the refereeing for these 4 games in the semi-final?
I think I'll give them a fair score, maybe 7 over 10 or 8 over 10. I think they did well. You might not get all perfect, but I just felt like some of the things should have been decisive enough to decide the game. So when you don't take it upon yourself to officiate that game well, it has a way of going against or changing the result at the end of the day. So I think I'll give them 7 over 10.
Okay. So finally, let's try and get into 30th of May. Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal. Who do you think will win the Champions League final?
So let's just be real. On paper, Paris Saint-Germain your favorite. I'm just being real on paper. But football, I think, I don't know how to put it, but I think the football gods want Arsenal to win a trophy this season. Because you know how City scored them, City came on top when they won against Burnley, and now they drop points, and Arsenal need to win their the last 4 matches, because including the Champions League, you guys have 4 finals to play.
4 finals,
So I think Arsenal can win, but on paper, Paris Saint-Germain are favorite, because if you look at how the attackers operate, and especially even the midfield. But if Arsenal should get an early goal, the likes of Gabriel and Saliba, they can defend as a unit, and you won't be able to score them. So it's a 50-50, but on paper, Paris Saint-Germain are favorites because they've been there and on Magic be that. Yeah, but football everything is possible in football.
Okay. Friends, looking at the final, you're an Arsenal fan. Do you think there is enough confidence to back your team that on 30th of May, you'll be able to defeat Paris Saint-Germain in the final?
Oh, yeah. Just like, I know I wanted Bayern. I really wanted Bayern because Bayern would have been an easy pass compared to PSG. PSG, that Kvaratskhelia guy, Charlie. He puts so much fear in me. If Timber is not ready before then and he has to play against Ben White, I don't know how we are going to go about it. But that guy puts so much fear in me, and I'm scared. He's up front. He's the only deadliest guy.
Today during the game, the commentator passed the comment that when he plays a shot on target, 99% of 100, it goes on target.
Yeah.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, Kvaratskhelia.
Wow.
I fear that guy so much that. And in the final, I don't know. Today when I was watching the game, one player I said that maybe their last game before the Champions League, if you could get injured or something, you could pick up just so you could miss that final. I'll be so happy. But I believe we have a strong team. I believe Arsenal has a strong team. Our defense is very good. I think we've kept 9 clean sheets out of 14 games, and we've gone unbeaten in this tournament. And I think we have a fair chance, an equal chance, just like PSG. They will come into attack. Who will also come in with our defense and probably hit them with the. So let the best win. But I believe so that Arteta will come up with a plan that we could defend so well against them.
Okay. So finally, with this last question, Agogo, do you think if Arsenal to win or miss on the Premier League, it would affect their Champions League final?
Oh, for sure. Confidence in the back down. And I'm really happy that the Champions League final is the final game.
Of the season.
This is 30th of May. And Ubedro, and then you are done with your EPL matches. Yeah. So I'm saying that Arsenal do have 4 finals. Yes, 4 finals. Yeah. The next one against West Ham, you win. And I think the next one against
Ben.
Oh, come on. Ben. At Emirates, right? You need to win. Then your last game at Crystal Palace away, make sure that you win. Yes, and make sure you have to balance. You have to know how you are going to treat the players, because Saka is not fully fit, and the likes of Declan Rice, Oman Popos, you could see fatigue is setting. So Arteta should know how. So I'm saying this: if Arsenal really want to win the EPL, they should make sure that from today to the end of the season, they should make sure that they should throw every match within 20 or 30 minutes in the first half, so that they can make quick stops. Like what happened in the Fulham game, and even yesterday, he was bold enough to sub Saka just to rest him because he's not fully fit. Yeah, but I didn't be almost destiny one because the last match of the season is the Champions League. So if you don't win the EPL, I mean, it's going to affect you in the Champions League. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Agogo. Thank you, Prince. As I said, Agogo's YouTube link will be in the description. You can click on it and follow his channel. He has a lot of content there so that you can also enjoy some amazing content. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and also let us know in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League on the 30th of March? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you, Agogo. Thank you, Prince, for honoring our invitation and being part of today's discussion on the UCL.
Thank you.
Okay.